Well, hello there. Isn't it a wonderful day? It's Monday. It's about 3:15. The smell of barbecue smoke in the air. Our neighbour actually, when she lit her barbecue yesterday, she actually knocked on the door and said, "Have you got any washing out?" And I said, "No." And she says, "Oh, because she's going to light a barbecue." But I don't think she's having a barbecue today. I think it's somebody else. Yeah, isn't it great? Isn't this weather great? I had the robin out this morning, which I may or may not put a video out. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Oh dear, that's a cold I caught from my daughter. Really is, burns deep in your tubes. It's not very pleasant at all. It actually made me quite ill yesterday, coughing so much. So I didn't have a beer, so I can have a beer today. Does that make sense? If we don't have a beer yesterday, does that mean I can have a beer today? I think so. Yeah, I think that's be about right. So I've got a hobgoblin in the fridge, chilling down. Like I say, it's best not to have it too cold, but just below room temperature. Well, at the moment it's about 23, 24, but I'll have it a bit cooler than that. Anyway, yeah. So I've got one more paycheck to go before I get no pay whatsoever. Of course, I'm not going to resign until I know that I'm not fit to go back to sea. Once I know that I'm not fit to go back to sea, I'll wait for them to sack me, because then I shall get unemployment benefit. But all the time that after I stop getting paid, I should get statutory sick pay, whatever that is. Though I've also worked out that I should be able to get universal credit as I'm no longer working, and I should be able to get, obviously I'll get my little pension, and I should be able to get some PIP allowance. I've made an application for PIP, so we'll see what goes on. While I'm off sick, I might get a blue badge that will help getting to and from the shops or so. I can park a bit closer and make life a little bit easier. And what I am hoping is that when my wound is healed over and I can wear normal shoes, as it were, the podiatry people said that they would send me off to someone who can fashion an insert that goes in my shoe just to give me that extra support, and that's what I'm hoping will give me my fit note to go back to sea if I can get this shoe insert and I can climb ladders and stuff. So we'll see how I get on, but I don't want to give up. Like I said, I had took out a loan, an interest-free loan on a credit card to buy a few things, and the idea was that come November, when all my certificates run out, I was going to take early retirement. Maybe get a job short, because I don't really want to go and do all those courses again, revalidate all my certificates and do the firefighting course, to do the lifeboat course and stuff like that. I don't want to do it. I've had enough. I'm broken. I really am broken. If apart from the stiff neck, my back injury that I sustained on board ship, my two thumbs injuries that I sustained on board ship, carrying two big heavy fuel pumps under each elbow, and the elbows that I also hit on the deck and dislocated. That was a good 20 years ago. Well, more than that, probably 25, 30 years ago I did that, when I slipped and fell over there. And of course, both my hips are gone. I can't walk more than 200 yards. I actually looked at how far I walked. Sarah, we went out with the dog the other day, just for a couple of days. Just for a quick walk. Sorry. Yeah, we took the dog out for a quick walk along the seafront. It was getting dark, and we just wanted to get out and enjoy a bit of the warm sunshine. Anyway, I noticed how far I walked from the car, and it's not much more than 200 metres before my hips started acting up. Of course, my right knee, was my good knee, which is slowly becoming my bad knee, and my other knee, my left knee, the artificial knee, that's now getting on for 16 years old. They reckon on average they only last for 15, so I'm doing pretty well on that knee. And of course, you know the history of my foot. Yeah, so I'm broken. My back is absolutely killing me. I'm absolute agony over that. And good news is that they've started to replace the non-slip surface in the bathroom. They're actually putting down the non-slip surface that they should have put down in the last dry dock a year and a half ago. So that's something to, well, just hope nobody else slips in there in the meantime, because I know they haven't done all the cabins. Yeah, I've got a few spies on board, haven't I? Not on my team, on somebody else's team. Yeah, anyway, you'll never work out who it was that's told me. Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Yeah, the weather's looking absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Sarah's taken a dear old dad off to see the local football team who won some match somewhere, coming back through the town to celebrate on top of a bus. Sarah's dad can't travel too far, so we're just going to go into the local shopping centre at Morrison's, and she's going to wheel him out to the main road to see the bus go past. That's one of the things that he likes, you know. Dear old granddad. Well, it's actually the dog's granddad. It's Sarah's dad. Yeah, nice old chap. Yeah, I do like him. But yeah, not looking so good for dear old granddad. Yeah, but he's a fighter, so he may just pull through. I know that after spending a couple of months, well, not a couple of months, but a couple of months with my feet, I'm trying, you know, not to do too much on my foot. I know how much it takes it out of you. You know, and I do find walking easier with a stick now. But anyway, that's enough about me moaning on about my poor health. So, if I go over the 8 minutes, I won't put in the midterm adverts as normal. Yeah, I was going to put a video up this morning. I took some. There was with the Meta glasses. There was some robins. I'll try and get that up and get that video out. See what happens. But yeah. Oh yeah. What else happened? Yesterday we put up a screen door. We had one of these magnetic screens that, you know, opens and shuts. Quite old. It was over 2 years old, and it was never very good in the first place. It was always a bit thin. Lots of strands were coming off. Anyway, we've got round to replacing it now with a nice black. When you think you're going to get a black screen, you think to yourself, "Whoa, that's not very nice. It's black." But actually, when you're stood back from it a little bit, you can't see it. It looks like it's clear and open. So this morning when I came down and opened the door and let the dog out, I thought, it's there, isn't it? The screen door is there. The screen, yeah, but it was black. So I ordered another one now for the window, because we've got to get a bit of air through the house in this weather. So we're going to put one. Not going to go out the front and do it, because obviously that won't last 5 minutes, because the little darlings around here will have it. So the back window onto the kitchen. I'll put that over the window, and it should be able to open it. And there comes a robin. Really, it's on the grass just down there. It's the baby robin. Yeah. Like this morning, I put out some mealworms. I pre-soaked them in a bit of warm water so that they absorb some moisture. Because the dried ones, apparently, they dehydrate the baby birds because they're so dry. It takes, you know, they need a bit of moisture to eat them. Oh, there it is again. Oh, I do like the robins. They're so colourful birds. Nice bright red. And it's so bold. This one's so bold. There it goes again. Oh. Anyway, let me know what you're doing for your bank holiday. Like I said, I'm going to go and have a beer in a minute, because I didn't have a beer yesterday. I'm going to have a nice hobgoblin today. It should be ready now. It should be slightly just below room temperature. Going to have a nice beer, and come and sit out in the sun and relax and listen to the robin. He's up there right above there is it's an internet cable actually. You can tell because it's nice thick. All the other phone lines that go across here are all just telephone lines, but the actual internet cable that goes across there to there is really thick. My internet runs out the front. It goes across the road. It's getting to be a little bit like Calcutta out there, with all these wires going across the road, but they're all at roof height anyway. It's the top of my bedroom window actually. It goes across, but like my mum's road, they actually put the internet cables underground, so they actually drilled through my mum's garden and into the house that way for the internet and the telephone. So at least you don't have all the wires all over the place. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame there's a no-fly zone over my mum's house. It's just on the corner of the proper FRZ flight restriction zone. But it is inside the yellow zone. The other where I went down to Portchester Castle, that's in the yellow zone, so I could have flown there. Obviously showing extra precautions because it's in a is it a CTC or something like that? CTR, something like that. Anyway, it's a controlled space that you have to take extra precautions in. Where I am now in Hull, there's not so many flight restriction zones. There is a couple further near into town a bit, and there is a couple of little spots on the coast. I don't know what they are. I haven't really looked at them, but they're little tiny round circles. And there is a couple of airfields over that way as well. We've got one at Leven, and there's one right on the coast, but it's disappearing because the coast is being eroded away. So the airfield is being eroded away. Real sad, real sad. Anyway, I must join that flying club again, actually, to be honest. I'll try and get out there because I've still got some radio-controlled aeroplanes I need to fly. I've got my I can't remember the name of it now. It's a Messerschmitt 109, I think. No, it's not. It's the the one that looks like the first jet engine that the Germans had. Anyway, what's that called? I can't remember now. It's off the top of my head. It's been up there so long, I haven't looked at it for a good year and a half. So it's only a little tiny one, light aircraft with a teeny tiny battery. But yeah. Oh yeah, one of the things that I bought myself just recently was a set of electric snips for cutting twigs and stuff. Oh blimey! I got it discounted anyway on Amazon. There was a bit of a discount from Ryobi, and it came with no battery or battery charger. I've got the batteries. This is one of the advantages of having solar panels. My during the week, or even right now, my electricity would be negative 2 kilowatts. So I can put my batteries on charge and get the benefit. I didn't buy the solar panels. They were given to me as part of a government incentive. So I'm I'm a little bit sad about the environment, how that's been damaged. But as an end user, I think they're absolutely fantastic. If you don't give a toss about polluting the environment after they've gone to landfill, then they're great. But I'm going to continue to worry about what's going to happen to them. I've had them for about 15 odd years now. 10 years, sorry. I had them for 10 years. They reckon they go for 20 years before they start reducing in output. So that's one of the advantages. I mean, look, having rechargeable batteries, that's when it makes sense. Not these big cars who have to they take up so much in the way of resources. There's so much. Whereas a tiny battery that I'm using in my I've got one battery that will go into my strimmer. That will then, well, when I've trimmed the front garden, I've still got enough power in it to go and with the hedge trimmer to do the hedge trimming. And of course, I've got a leaf blower or garden vac that uses the same battery. I might have to recharge the battery, but I have several batteries, so I've always got one battery on charge. So using the garden vac, that certainly sucks up all the, what the hell was that? Oh, it's another woman. That certainly sucks up all the leaves and stuff, makes cleaning up after trimming the hedge so much better. Yeah, I still sweep it up, but the bits that you can't get to, the small leaves, I'll go around with the garden vac and suck it all up. Yeah, so we were going to do it today, but it's so hot today. So hopefully Tuesday it might have a bit of respite from this sun, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. Anyways, I've rambled on, coming up to, I think it's 16 minutes. Oh, blimey, I've been talking to you. Yeah, it's because I'm stuck here on my own, isn't it? No one else to talk to, really. Sarah spent all day at work yesterday. So that gave me some excuse to cut down on the food intake. Simply because I'm going to run out of money soon. So every meal that I can miss today will mean I'll have something for tomorrow. Yeah. But I should get £60 from eBay. Not eBay. What am I talking about? It's getting to me. The sun. I'm going to get £60 from YouTube. Yeah, I get £60 from YouTube every 4 months. I get roughly. Sometimes it's 13, sometimes it's 16, but roughly I get about £15 a month from YouTube, from all the videos that I put out, less than 50p a day, and it's a hobby really. I know there's a lot of people going out there about, well, buy me a coffee and all that kind of stuff, but I don't really want to start going down that route, simply because half the money doesn't go to me, it goes to them. They take a big chunk, you're talking 25% off. Yeah, so there's something to avoid. But of course, I do have a membership. If anyone wants to join, it's right down there. Or is it there? I don't know, it's one way. Anyway, that would be the best way if you want to give the channel some love. And of course, I'll start. Once I get a few more members, I'll start doing a few more members-only videos, which I'll then publish a month later or something like that. But yeah, it will be good to get something like that. I really must get out. I've got to go and do some more droning. I'm doing this course. Like I told you, I'm doing this course, this A2 CFC, which means that I'll be able to fly my a 720 drone in the same places that I could fly my sub 249 gram drone. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pass that pretty soon. One of the friends of the channel suggested that I did another course, this visual line of sight course, which if I get any money from my foot from the union, I might invest some of that in doing that course. I mean, I've got all my instructor. Well, I haven't done it for a long time, but I have got my helicopter A and B. I've got my aircraft A certificate, and I did pass I was examiner for a bit, but that's probably expired now. And I was also instructor as well, so that's probably expired now too. So I do like sitting courses. But anyway, rubbish it on. So I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, because it's only half past 3. So I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a pretty good afternoon, and hopefully next week will be pretty good as well, Tuesday onwards. So I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll see you all on the next one. And I'm really looking forward to see how the robin pictures come out this morning. So I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye then.